almost looks like fleece artist.
Oh, good guess.
That's not
Good
your
guess.
tweed over dyed, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. And there's nothing, you didn't dye anything there. That's how it came commercially.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a thrummed mitten kit or something.
You're very warm. Yeah. That's
Is this
exactly
one of
what
the
it is.
new ones? Or one of the old ones?
I think it's one of the old ones, but it is thicker
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Well, the new ones are thicker. The new ones are done
Yep.
with the woolen yarn. Did you bring some of that?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
let me
chat
tell you
about
about
it. Yeah,
this. Okay.
okay.
Let's start with an intro though.
Oh, yes. Are we filming?
I think we are. Yeah. This is episode
36.
36. Congratulations. You know what that's 3 years of episodes.
God.
Right?
Yeah, that's
36. It's our third. It's the end of our third season of episodes because we, podcast once a month.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The fact that you and I as sisters managed to remain friends for 3 years.
At least on tape.
That says something, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's been a blast.
It has been fun.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was so nervous, Cynthia. I couldn't. It was really hard to do, but it's getting easier. Anyways.
It's like a continuing conversation with,
Yes.
with
New
somewhat
friends
more than 5,000 people, right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah. God, that's so cool.
It is very cool. And every month, people leave comments in the comments section, and we pick some names from the comment section to award some prizes to. But it's really cool when we put out a podcast to sit down and answer those people who've come in, because the conversation just keeps going on.
Yes.
And so, thanks everybody.
Yes, and it does. You feel like you've got more friends. That you start to get to know people.
Yeah, by name.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we should probably introduce ourselves.
We should.
Speaking of names.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Okay.
You do it for us.
Sure. Okay. So I'm Barb. This is my sister Cynthia.
Hello.
We have River City Yarns in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And it's a podcast where we talk about our shop, things that are going on, new yarns that have come out, some of the things that we're making, and some of the customers that come in and stories. And we hope that we entertain you. We hope that you've got a project in front of you and that you're making as we are talking to you. And the other thing we hope is that we inspire you, that you might see something that you want to make and
join us in making it.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the whole idea of knitting along is still really fun and inspiring, and
not just knitting. I think people are sewing.
Yes.
They're quilting,
embroidery.
Yep. All sorts of, maybe weaving.
Yeah.
Spinning. Yeah.
That's
so
true.
welcome to our podcast.
So we were talking about this yarn, and so interesting story.
Cynthia was making me guess what the name of that yarn was.
She did. So that's really good because you guessed that it was fleece artist, and you guessed that it came from a thrummed mitten kit. So yesterday I had a customer come in, a little distressed.
Oh.
Because she was making thrummed mittens.
Right.
And she made them,
She ran out of yarn.
She ran out of yarn.
Yes.
And
this happens from time to time with one of these kits because there's several thrummed mitten patterns that you can use out there.
She was using ours.
Okay, and ours is a little more yarn hoggy.
Yep, because we have a cuff on ours where the kit doesn't. So I said to her, it's no problem, don't worry about it. What I'm going to do...
Did you then snip her yarn?
I did.
Did you while she was there? Did she watch you?
She went home because it was really busy yesterday, and I said I wouldn't be able to get to it during the day.
This is so cool.
I did manage to sit down a couple of times and do it. So I snipped a stitch.
Okay, now before you start, did she come in with these all done, like with the cuff on?
Yes.
Okay,
so this one was done.
That's mitten 1?
Yep.
And this is mitten 2?
Yep.
And so she ran out.
Yep.
Was there a cuff on mitten 2?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So she was just short about, that much?
Yep.
Sorry, my fingers are yellow because I've been dyeing
you've been
yarn.
dyeing. So yeah, she needs to knit that much more.
Okay.
And then she needs to knit that much more on the thumb.
On the thumb. So she wasn't out too much, but still.
No. So I said to her what we would do is snip a stitch in the cuff, unravel one row on each one, and then she could use that yarn to finish off the top of her mitten.
Right.
And she bought a different ball of yarn. She bought some drops Nepal
Yep.
in a beautiful teal color. And
That would go with it.
Yeah, so she's going to just put these stitches back on her needle and knit the cuff as long as she wants it to be.
Okay, now what a brilliant solution that is.
Yes,
right? 'Cause-
and so I said to her, so next time, what you can do when you're sort of not sure if you're going to have enough yarn is you could start with a provisional cast on.
Right.
Right? So you do a crochet cast on over your needles, and then you knit whatever it is, your sweater, your mittens, your hat, and then when you're done, you come back and pull out the provisional cast on
Yes.
and knit the border or
I'm
the
doing
edging.
that right now in a cowl so
Oh.
that I can, put the two ends together.
Right, you
Yeah.
can graft them together afterwards. Yeah. So anyway, I did that yesterday. I
That's
pulled it out.
brilliant. And here's the neat thing about having a local yarn shop. You get to see kind of these yarn emergencies that people come in with, right? And I bet you she was, really kind of
Oh, she's a lovely.
distraught.
She was she knew that we would help her.
Right.
She's a lovely person, so she wasn't. She wasn't
crying
She
or
wasn't
anything?
crying.
Okay.
Sometimes we do get people in who are crying, and so it's nice to be able to say it's okay.
Yeah.
I had another person leave a sweater here. We did a repair on it, just a bit of duplicate stitch where it was running out and there
On
was a hole.
Saturday?
Yeah, I did it before the store opened.
Wow. Because we've been really busy. And
Yeah. So it was a fixer day yesterday.
Wow.
But then when I took her cuffs apart,
Right.
the yarn was very crinkled.
Crinkly.
So I wound it into a skein and I just put it in some cold water
Yeah.
to relax. And so I made it into a little skein and then I wound this skein into a ball. So I'm just going to wind this into a ball, put it back in the package, and then
and she's
going
ready
to
to
come
go.
in and pick it up, and she's ready to go. Yeah.
There
yeah.
you go.
So I think what we should probably do at some point is a little tutorial where we show people
Yes.
how to snip the yarn, open up your knitting, and
That's a great idea.
repurpose the yarn.
Do you want me to hold that for you?
Sure. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
just undo these little things here. So.
Oh,
but
that was nice.
kudos for you. Good guessing on
Oh, the
knowing
yarn?
what the yarn was. And it's always kind of fun if you work in a yarn shop to have something come in
Yeah.
and try to guess what it is. So I brought this.
Yes. Okay, so these are from Fleece Artist, and these are thrummed mitten kits. There's a pattern on the sleeve right here, and you get enough wool for a pair of mittens and roving for the thrums. So if you follow their pattern. If you
Right.
follow our pattern, you might need a little bit more.
Right. Yeah.
But
Depends on what size you make. And
exactly.
Gauges. Yeah.
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 So this is a new wool for Fleece Artists.
Yeah.
They've changed these up because I think they're having a hard time getting. One time it was
this is Aran weight?
Blue-Faced Leicester, and now they're putting in Wonder Woolen. So this is 100% wool, and it dyes really, really nice.
The colors are really saturated.
Aren't they pretty?
Fleece Artist is kind of known for that, though. Like their colors are always very saturated and bright.
Yeah. This one reminds me a little bit of like stained glass.
Oh.
You've got golds and blues and really pretty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
And they pair it up with a merino roving. So no matter what the wool feels like on the outside, inside you're going to get this luscious fleece-lined
Yeah.
mitten that's full of merino wool, which is beautiful.
yeah, it's like putting your hand in a little cloud.
Yeah.
These are super for walking the dog or going out, snowball fighting or sledding or taking
Yes.
the kids to the store or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're super warm. Perfect
Do we
for...
have these on our website? I wonder.
I think we do.
Okay.
So these ones are we'll double check. These ones are done with 5.5 millimeter needle. So they are quite a bit thicker than the classic ones that they
Yeah.
had before.
Well, it just means you get it done faster.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And if you wanted to do this with our pattern, it will work with our pattern as well because our pattern is gauged. We have 3 different like knitting gauges.
Right.
So 4 stitches to the inch, 5 to the inch, and 6 to the inch, and 5 different sizes of hands that you can follow. So
And a video tutorial.
Yes.
on how to make the thrums.
Yes, and how to knit them in. Yeah, as well as a photo sheet inside the pattern, so you don't have to have internet access if you want to.
There you go.
If you want to be able to do that, but
Yeah.
so that's great. And we got just a new shipment of these fabulous
I think we're
kits.
pretty well stocked.
Yep, and we do a workshop on them too. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
It
Anyway,
is a lot of fun.
I thought it was kind of nice to start off with
a
with a
customer
repair.
story. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's been a busy year.
it has. We just got through Christmas, and we're heading to into the new year.
Yes, you making some resolutions?
Well,
Are you a
I was thinking
resolution
about
maker?
it. Not really, but I do like to have a list because I find that if I have a list, I'll check it off, and
Okay.
it helps me stay focused.
So it's not a resolution list. What is it?
For knitting, you mean like that?
For anything.
Yeah, no, I don't make any resolutions.
No.
No.
Oh.
For knitting, though, I am. Like, through 2019, I saw so many beautiful projects on Instagram and Ravelry and the yarn companies. And I have a whole list of things that I want to make.
Oh, interesting. So what are you calling that? It's like your bucket list?
Well, it's called my
2020?
must-make list.
And are these things you're going to make in 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of what the idea was.
So are you
And-
limiting the number of projects on that list?
No. I'm just going to put up, a couple
Yes.
and see if I, get to them.
Ah.
It's hard though, with having the shop, like we're knitting a lot of shop samples too. And sometimes it's not, something that's greatly inspiring. Sometimes
Sometimes it's just a swatch.
it's just a swatch,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to try and do that and also invite everybody else to play along.
Oh,
Because I thought it would be really fun if we put out an Instagram post, like a hashtag,
Yes.
that says 2020 must makes.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be knitting.
No.
It could be weaving or
weaving.
crochet.
It could be quilting. Cynthia, I find so much inspiration from seeing other pictures of other things.
Right.
It could be, ceramics,
Oh.
or it could be pottery, or it could be a tile floor, or, I think you can see inspiration from all sorts of.
Sure. It doesn't have to
handcrafts.
be something that you're like, so, I sort of think of knitting as the thing that I'm good at. And sometimes I sort of shy away from things I'm not
Right.
so good at. So
But fabric is a great inspiration too, to see pattern and design. And so I thought that if anybody wants to play along, go to Instagram, tell us what you've been looking at in the last year or two, things that you have on your must-make list.
Okay.
And put a little description about, what it is that interests you about it.
So the hashtag is going to be
It's going to be hashtag 2020 must make.
must make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
writing that down.
yeah, it's going out in the newsletter too. It's just,
Okay.
and then I thought we'd give away some prizes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You mean like if people make things?
Oh,
or-
well, I thought maybe can we take a look at what is getting the most likes under that hashtag? Is that possible?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how many things are there.
Yeah.
Because I think you might have to physically sort through them. But I'm pretty sure you could sort of see themes
Right.
coming up.
Or maybe, we give one for the very first person that posts and the midway. I don't know. We'll
we
figure
could-
something out.
You could probably do some sort of random thing, but we'll figure it
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
maybe
you want to
we
give out
just-
some prizes. So let's do
Exactly,
that. Let's just
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe we look at them and, we decide which ones.
This one I want to do too. So I'll give you something from my stash.
No, it'll be something brand new.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, most of the things in my stash are brand
Well,
new.
that's true.
That's
yes.
why it's a stash, right?
And well, let's talk about that because you sent me a list of
Oh my goodness. So
all the things you have on the go.
I told you that I was going to resolve to finish things in 2020.
I know, you told me that, but on every podcast that we've done, You've also told me about every brand new project that you're just going to
I know.
start.
I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who is like totally attracted to new things, and I love casting on, and then I get like halfway through and I stall.
No,
So
you get halfway through and you've cast on 5 other things that have.
I like what
captured your interest.
Stephanie said when she was here with us. She said, always mark what spot you were at when you got up to go to the bathroom, because when you come back 7 years later.
Exactly. So how many years of whips do you have?
Oh my goodness. Don't tell my husband, but I have like a closet full.
What if he watches the
whips.
podcast?
He doesn't. But his brother did watch one or a portion of one. Anyway, so I'm wearing a whip that is now
yes.
an FO. And this is from the time when we had the Southside store. We had 2 stores. This is probably
that
5 years
was
ago.
8 years ago.
And so
That's
this
beautiful. So this is Liberty Wool.
is Liberty Wool Light, which
Nice.
you can't get anymore.
Right.
I bought a sweater quantity of it at the
Classic
time.
Elite, for those of you who ever would be familiar with them.
Beautiful yarn company.
Yes.
Beautiful yarns, beautiful people.
Yes.
And they shut down maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, quite a while.
So we were kind of sad to see that. But fortunately
you
for
got
me,
sweaters quantity.
I put a sweater quantity away with a pattern in mind, and then when I took it out, realized that size wouldn't fit me anymore. So I found a different pattern in the same book.
Yeah.
And so this is called Francis. It's from a book, a pattern book which was designed for Liberty Wool Light. But the pattern is available on Ravelry
Were you
as well.
going to make the cover?
I was going to make the cover. Because Church Mouse Yarns and Tea had mentioned that they liked this pattern, I believe.
Yes.
I believe. So I decided to make this one instead.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty.
called Francis, and I haven't put the buttons on yet. I'm still deciding if I want to or
I don't know if
not.
I'd put the buttons on.
Yeah,
I think I'd leave them off.
yeah.
That's so pretty. So it's got some
So it's a
some
yeah.
pearl detailing.
There's
in
a
there.
little channel in here done in garter stitch, and then you
Very
sew the
nice.
buttons on there if you want to. It makes that little bit of detail, and then
Wow.
so it fits me perfectly.
And it's
Maybe-
your color.
And I love the color, yeah.
That's-
And then I dressed it up a little bit with my
Oh,
pin from A New Rain
yes.
Designs. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I thought about putting on a shawl as well. And I thought, no, I just want to wear the sweater. And this is my brooch is my shawl pin is my brooch, my little bit of adornment.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So,
beautiful.
Thanks.
It goes
Thanks.
so nice with your skirt too.
Yes.
We'll convince Cynthia to take modeling shots later.
I'll do
you.
one photo and
Yeah,
then we'll pop it
because
in
it
here.
looks so pretty with her skirt. That's
Yeah.
great. What
So I'm
else?
happy
What else
to-
have you got?
Happy to have that. So I have another. I finished my.
Tell me about the
foxtrot cardigan.
FOs.
Yeah.
Right.
So I finished my foxtrot cardigan, which I
Okay.
showed in the last episode. I was just working on the sleeves.
Did I beat you at that?
Yeah. Yeah. Rub it in. Rub it in.
We had a little contest.
We always. And you totally beat me at that one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I did finish it, and when we take a break, I'll go and put it on. So,
Okay.
So everyone can see it
Oh,
too,
great.
and it's like proof that I finished it.
Yeah.
This
that's-
Christmas holiday, that's what I did.
You just
Finish
net,
things.
net.
Yeah.
I love that because when you do have a lot of whips on the go, that's what happens. You end up
Right.
finishing a lot too.
Right.
So you get these weeks where you can show off 4 or 5 things.
Right.
I'm only knitting miniature from now on.
That's going to be on your 2020 must make list.
Yes.
Of small things.
Miniatures, yeah.
Do you
'Cause
have
those
some?
are fun.
You had some ideas. You were talking about some small things. Do you want to veer off and?
No, you keep
No?
going. Let's see what else you've got.
Well, that's it for finished. I
okay.
did also very quickly in the 2 days before Christmas knit 2 of those minimalist hats.
Oh, yes, I
the-
knit one of those.
Yes, in the handmaiden cashmere.
You guys,
So-
this was our flash mob for last month.
And there are like maybe 2 skeins left. So if you still wanted some, you could maybe get some when you see this. Because I'm planning on buying whatever is not sold.
Yeah, this is
It's,
called Capricorn.
Yeah. But what I did is I took 2 different colors
Yes.
of the 4-ply cashmere, and I made 2 minimalist hats. And seriously, it takes a day.
Yeah.
You can cast on in the morning and bind off in the evening. It is totally minimalist. It's a free pattern from Church Mouse Yarns and Tea.
Did you make the short version or the longer one?
I made 2 slouchy ones.
The long
Yep.
one, yeah.
And I made them one for Jen and one for Sarah, for my daughters. And
bet you they
Jennifer's is
love them.
bright pink and Sarah's is like purpley blue. And yeah, they were wearing them. So
Nice.
that's
well,
good. So,
this is so nice against your skin.
oh, it's lovely.
4-ply cashmere.
Yeah, 100%
hand-painted.
cashmere.
100% cashmere.
Worth,
Hand-painted.
worth the price. And yeah, so it's warm and it's soft and it's cozy and the colors are gorgeous.
Yeah. I made a shoulder cozy from Church Mouse out of 2 of these.
Right.
And they were 2 different colors, but I put in 2 balls of Kid Silk Haze
Right.
in the same color, and
Yeah.
it just kind of blended everything. It turned out really, really pretty.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So that you got that done.
Yeah, and then I finished a pair of socks for Mike, but they're on his feet as well, so
Wow.
didn't bring them with me. Yeah.
And then there was a pair of socks in my Christmas gift from you.
Well, those actually weren't for you.
What?
I gave Barb a Christmas present, and I put in a pair of gridiron socks for Mario. Then later I
Don't
said,
tell him.
how'd you like them? And you said the socks fit perfectly.
I thought they were for me. Those are for him. I thought that pin that you gave me from a new ring
That was for Mario. So you took the entire couple present and you just claimed it all for yourself?
Well, it just said
Typical.
Barb and Mario, but I thought you were just being nice. And
Well,
Okay.
you're welcome.
I'll let him know.
I love making those gridiron socks.
Those are fun, aren't
They
they?
are so much
That
fun.
pattern's just a riot.
Kate Atherley.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. Yeah.
And then we have the hat too. I
Yeah.
gotta make that hat.
So what did
So-
you finish?
What did I finish? Well, I did hats too.
Mm-hmm.
I did a few of these here.
Yes.
The hats, I did like 5 or 6 hats over Christmas. They're so fast
Yeah.
to do. This one, though, really inspired me. This one was a free pattern for people who shop with River City Yarns. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry or on Rowan's website. But if you buy yarn here, we give you this pattern for free. There were 8 of them that came out at Christmas time.
Great.
Holiday patterns. And I loved this one. This one was done with double strand of Alpaca Classic. So that's this yarn right here. And held together double, it was such a fast knit. I think I did it on a 5.5 needle. And then it gives you instructions for just embellishing it with these little snowflakes.
Great.
And we have these little kits with Swarovski beads in them. And I just put one of the big ones
That's
in the middle.
beautiful.
It was so much fun. And I really love the detail that the
Yeah.
little stars gave it.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That just catches the light and makes that snowflake really pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is a
then-
Lisa Richardson design, I think.
I think you're right. I think she
Yeah.
did the whole collection.
So you could wear this one slouchy.
Yes. Yeah. So, and this was the minimalist. You could show that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one that you did.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Isn't it perfect?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just feels so
With that
soft.
rolled brim too, it's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
Yeah, so you don't have to change needles. You don't have to. You just knit a tube and then
Just keep going.
decrease for the top, and Bob's your uncle. And
Yeah.
Way to
And
go.
every stitch is like a pleasure to knit with
Yeah,
that cashmere. This is the pattern here. Yes, Lisa Richardson. So this pattern includes the hat and a sweater. You can make this sweater
oh, with
on the
snowflakes
back,
on it too.
and it also has snowflakes on it. And it
Yes.
was just a fun knit. So I used the same pattern and I knit it again in cream because I had 2 balls of cream at home.
Oh,
And then I embellished it with a little blue.
with a pearl. And a pearl bead.
And a pearl bead because I had some pearl beads. We're putting together little kits for these too with a little package of beads.
Oh, so this one's really squishy and cozy.
Yes, yeah. This one isn't quite as slouchy because I made the brim on this one quite a bit longer. So I wouldn't run out of yarn. I
Okay.
made the crown a little shorter.
Right. So if you wanted to wear it slouchy, you would just
Exactly.
pull that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this way you can fold it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
So then I thought, ooh, well, I want to knit something with Kid Classic.
Okay.
Rowan, we brought Kid Classic back. We used to have it a long time ago. And Rowan did something to it. They made it so soft. I don't know what they did to it, but it's different than the old Kid Classic that we
okay.
used to have. And so I took the same hat pattern. I double-stranded Kid Classic.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. And then Sheila and I thought, ooh, let's try putting beads on it. So we're just waiting to figure out where to put these beads, but we're going to embellish this with pearls randomly placed on the hat. We're going to use more. We probably won't do the snowflakes. We'll just do the pearls. But we saw this idea again. Somewhere on Pinterest, we saw a hat with these pearls on it and thought, oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Yes.
So we're going to do that with this hat. We'll show it to you next time.
So just putting my hands inside this hat, it's so warm.
I know,
Like
isn't it?
it just holds the heat in. And you lose, what is it, like 60% of your body heat out of your head?
Yeah.
So what a great thing to do is to put something warm on your head.
Yes, yeah.
So did it take just 2 balls then?
Yeah. I have a little bit left over.
Oh, nice. So you could make a little pom-pom and put it on there
I
too if
could
you wanted
definitely
to.
make a little pom-pom. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Barb.
Oh, thanks.
So you got into a hat thing
Got
at the
into
end
a
of
hat
Christmas.
thing at the end of Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And do I have anything else finished? Oh, yeah. I got a couple Christmas things. So
Right.
in our Advent box, for anybody who got the Advent box, there was a pattern, a project in there, kind of like a knit along, where every few days you got a little bit more of the pattern. And this is my stocking. I thought it was my first Christmas stocking, but I actually knit another one that I found in an old Christmas photo
Oh.
that it was felted.
You also knit prototypes for this.
Yes,
Yeah,
many,
so
many prototypes.
You probably knit a stocking's worth of prototypes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So
It
yours
was a lot
is
of fun.
Yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Yours is
And
wider than
I'm
mine.
not even going to show you my heel because I did that one very late at night. Yeah.
Your German short row heel, it didn't work out quite the way you
Well,
planned.
I guess I should have watched the
You
video.
you could sew beads on it.
Good.
Let's see.
No.
Come on, hand it over.
No.
You took.
I don't want you to shame me.
I won't shame you. Did you find the written instructions a little bit challenging?
No,
No?
I think they were perfect. It's just that I was tired.
Your heel looks great.
Okay,
Doesn't
I
it?
have to
That looks
confess,
great.
I haven't been sleeping lately.
Oh, I thought you were going to say,
I'll
I have
wake
to
up.
confess, I didn't want to read your pattern.
No, I wanted to do it perfectly.
So
But-
because you didn't use the heel color and the toe color. The heel and the toe were...
Well, of course, I couldn't follow the color pattern. I thought you meant the pattern. I have to deviate. Okay, here I didn't follow it either. I was supposed to do white up here. Thanks for pointing that out. People may not have even known that I didn't do the right color, but...
So it's totally your stocking, and you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Well, thanks now that you've pointed all the errors out.
Oh,
And I
that's
did
cute.
my own pattern here. And right here was where I fell asleep. watching TV. So
I was going to say they look like little stockings at the bottom of your stocking.
that's what I was going for.
Or icy, or that symbol for icy roads.
Jeez.
You know, slippery when icy. Ow.
Okay, I'm not showing you any more projects. Give it back.
No. So it's a little shorter.
Yeah.
It's smaller than I thought it would be. But
Well, you know, when you're in a race, you have to find a few shortcuts
so I made it smaller
in order to win.
Oh,
Didn't work though.
No,
Dang.
it sure didn't.
That's because you were sick all fall.
That's right. That's
why.
right. Yes. And I was editing like tons of
Videos.
tutorial videos that you didn't watch. So so that's it.
Are we
Anyway.
okay? Oh, we're
Yeah,
going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I knew that. You didn't know that?
I put my shameful Christmas stocking away. And I brought out another project. You see, I'm a sucker for punishment.
Okay. What'd you bring out?
Well, I did one more Christmas. I finished off my little wreath. I started this, my garland.
Oh, Barb, this is so
I
cute.
started this like 2 years ago.
Yes, this
and
is
I never
beautiful.
finished it.
Look.
But I love
that.
it.
This is from a Martin Storey Fairisle book, isn't
Right.
it?
It's out of print and we can't seem to get it anymore. But I keep hoping that one day they'll publish this little tree pattern. I mean,
Yes.
it's super easy. It's just garter stitch and
Trees.
you know, decreasing, and so you can figure it out. It doesn't take a lot of work.
This is done with felted tweed, isn't it?
But this is done with felted tweed. Some of them are embroidered. Some of them have a little, you know, a
Yeah.
little snowflake on them.
Look at that.
I
That's
know.
gorgeous.
I love this, and this was a really fast project. You can get several trees done in an evening.
Yeah. And yeah, and the
So-
I-cord, that's beautiful, Barb.
It's still Christmassy, and I know Christmas is over, but sometimes it just takes you a little while to get things done.
For sure. So are you where are you displaying it in your house?
It's on my mantle.
Oh,
Yep.
that's really
I'll
nice.
take a picture
Okay.
and put it up.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You did a great job. And while you
that's
were pulling that out, I went and changed into my
Yes.
foxtrot cardigan.
Yeah.
So that's
That's really
done.
pretty.
I made
so
the
tell
sleeves
us
shorter.
about
Well, this was part of our 4-day cal, which we started in July.
that.
And
And you got it finished over Christmas?
I got it finished over, yes.
Yeah.
Like on Boxing Day.
Wow.
So I blocked it. and
Congratulations. Because I know you had a lot going on.
It's all about
right?
the finishing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what inspired me to say, in 2020, I'm going to finish projects. And I'll pull them out, dust them off,
It
and
feels
finish
so
them.
good.
It
Really,
does,
it does.
yeah. So, yeah. So I have another one that's coming up. How about you? Have you got some
Works-
projects that you're,
Mhm.
works in
Yep,
progress?
Yep. I was just going to show you too. I also did a little dyeing over the
Yes.
Christmas holidays.
And you're doing some more in the kitchen, I see.
Yes,
Yes.
I know. So Cynthia and I have this little hat that we wore last time, the little elf hat. And I so love the way that this yarn dyes, just throwing it into a little dye bath.
Right. So this is Epic. Yeah.
And this is balled up. So we wind them into a ball. I think these are 50 grams. And then we just throw them into dye. And the inside dyes less than the outside.
Right.
And it creates this sort of reverse speckling almost. You get these little dots.
Well, Sabrina was explaining that what's happening is that as the dye releases, the individual components that make up that color attach itself to the
Wool.
And so you get this speckle gradient thing
I
that
know.
happens.
And look at it here. When I say reverse, it's almost in reverse because I don't know if you can see this, but here it's green with a light kind of green dot
Yeah.
on it. It's like a speckle, but it's not, most speckles are like black dots on white
Right.
yarn.
And then there's this like little tinge of almost brown in here. So obviously there was, maybe some red or some blue that was in that color to help it make it that color.
Yeah.
And it's attached itself to the yarn in its like subcomponent colors.
I can't help but feel that some of this reverse speckling, and we saw it really well in the hats we were wearing, but I can't help but feel that some of it comes from popping that skein in dry.
Oh,
That's how I
right.
did mine.
I'm trying to remember the instructions.
Yeah. Anyways.
Because Barb won't read them, so she'll.
I usually read the instructions. I've been known to skip the videos, but no,
This
I
is part of
always read the instructions.
So if you wanted to do this as well, we have these gradient dye kits online. You can purchase one.
Right, and I've been having so much fun with it. I think I'm going to teach some workshops in the new year.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I found a new way to dye these so that you don't have to, have a million pots plugged in and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll do some of those in the new year. Anyways, I was thinking I'm going to dye my own stocking colors.
Oh, that'd be nice. And like knit the stocking again? Yeah.
I'll do it with a few epic colors, the white and the red, but I'll add in a few of my own little custom dyed colors.
That gives me an idea.
Yeah.
Because I told you that I wanted to make the Rutherford vest. And the Rutherford vest is a new pattern that was done this last year by Holly Yo for us. And we showed you some pictures of the ladies that modeled for us. So Holly did hers with a cream base, and then there's 5 other colors in there, 1 for the diamonds and 4 for the cross hatching. So I was going to I thought I would use Epic in a navy color for the base, because I like those dark colors.
That look really nice.
And then I found, 5 colors in wool stock that I was going to use. But what if we dyed Epic to use as the cross hatching and the diamonds instead? The
only thing is, Cynthia, I'm not sure that using the cake dyes will give you the colors that you want. You might have to dye 10 mini skeins. Right? And then use them. Pick the ones you like the best. But Sheila helped me with this one. That's
Sheila's
beautiful.
From our shop, and I kind of liked those colors.
And I thought of you this morning when I dyed that, because I was thinking about how could we get this terracotta color. So I took a ball of our gold Epic yarn. Oh. And I overdyed it. Yes. And so it didn't come out at all like this.
But what a great idea.
Yeah. But it's going to be, a pretty color too.
Right. Well, it might just work out to do that. This was another alternative. Yeah.
Yeah. But this vest, I want to make this vest too.
Yeah.
Really, I think this has to be on my must-make list as well.
Yeah.
It looks so good on everybody that wore it.
Yes.
Oh, and look at the sizing on that.
Yes.
This goes up to like 6X.
Right.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Well.
It's so nice to see a pattern with generous sizing.
Right. It does go up to 6X. That was bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of editing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's really nice.
So that's on my must-make list for 2020.
Okay.
So maybe with or without hand-dyed yarn, we'll see.
Yeah.
But and the other thing that I was really excited about is that you were telling me that we're getting more colors in Epic.
Yes, we are.
So currently we have 11 colors in Epic.
We're getting 6 more. We're getting 3 shades of blue, a burgundy, kind of a wheat color, and a beautiful green.
Oh, perfect.
And I think that they're up on our website.
Oh, really?
The new colors, yeah.
Oh.
There's no quantity, so you can't really order them yet, but you can preview them and look at them.
They're on their way from Peru. Oh, nice.
Yes. Someday I have to go there.
That'd be so fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we should plan a trip to Peru.
Okay. And then I think we got some new needles to knit with too.
We do, yeah.
But maybe before we get to that, I'm sort of distracted by your bag and that.
Oh,
and that other
Okay.
work in progress that's in there.
So let me show you this beautiful bag. This was a Christmas gift from the ladies at Handmade.
Yes. I got one
Oh
too.
my gosh. They have somebody that used to work for them.
Oh,
She's retired now,
yes.
and she's making bags. And look at these bags. These are all repurposed. I almost think that this is like I think I've seen rugs like this.
Yes, from IKEA.
Woven. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have one in my kitchen.
You're kidding.
No.
Wow.
So, yeah, it says this product is hand woven and made from repurposed materials.
Mm-hmm.
It can be machine washed and tumbled low to dry. Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's from doketextile.com, made in Nova Scotia. So we'll add a link to the
These
show
are
notes.
beautiful. And the top is a canvas with a drawstring with a really cool way that it draws too. It kind of goes from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
They made us pom-poms.
I know,
Thank you, Jana and the crew from Handmaiden. That's so
Isn't that
nice.
beautiful?
Yeah.
these are gorgeous.
So
So
it's just such a beautiful job.
yes, we'll put the link. So if you want to buy
Yeah.
one, I'm sure she's probably on Etsy or, and if we get these in the store, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
They're so nice and sturdy. Anyways, they hold a lot.
And it was a very nice present. Yeah. And the pom-pom was just beautiful.
The other thing I want to mention is that Jana has this yarn on her website. She's selling it direct to the public right now. This is a tweed yarn, comes in 3 different weights. You got to pick some of this up. This is amazing.
So this one that we were gifted is called Thicket.
That's the
And
thickest one.
It's 90% merino and 10% viscose.
And the viscose is the actual nubs that are in it. So each one has different colors. There's brown and black and cream. They're
Yeah,
just
each of the nubs is a
beautiful.
different color. Yeah.
So we're hoping to have some of this yarn in the new year too.
This would make really nice thrummed mittens as
Oh,
well.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Or slippers, or a scarf,
Or a sweater.
or a hat,
Or
or
a
a sweater.
Rutherford vest.
Yeah, it's a little. I think it might be a little thicker than Epic, but
You can knit a smaller size.
scarf to go, scarf to go with the vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's beautiful. So, what a beautiful present. So, what do you have inside your bag?
Well, over the holidays, there was some cashmere tweed from Rowan.
Ah,
That was
the
calling
cashmere
my
tweed.
name.
Wow. So,
And so I started, and it just happened to be in the right size.
Surprise! You're making a
A
capelet deja vu. Where have I seen this before?
I know. I have 6 of them.
It's probably why she calls it deja vu. That's so cool, Barb.
You know how it is when you get a pattern down, you got to knit it again and again and
So
again.
you don't have to read it anymore? Oh my goodness, Barb.
It's
This
all about the feel.
feels amazing. Oh,
It's only like, close to $300 worth of cashmere, but
man.
what the heck? It's only money.
We were talking about this. You and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
At coffee with our friend Catherine.
Yeah.
We were talking about, whether or not you should spend, a lot of money on yarn. And I said, it's all about priorities, right? And so, and what you care to spend your money. Obviously, if you need $300 for food or gas.
No, it wasn't
or,
really that much. I think it was like $225 or something. But
It's
still.
buying cashmere is an investment, right? But this is something you're going to wear.
All
You're going
the
to wear a
time.
lot because
Yeah.
you've
And
made
that's
them
how
several
I
times.
think about it too. I think that if you use really good yarn and it's something that you love, you've got your
Yeah,
investment back.
yeah,
It's like buying a nice coat too. If you want to buy a really nice coat for wintertime,
right,
you have to spend several $100s, but you're going to wear it like every day.
right. And it's going to keep you from freezing, which is good. Especially if you're wearing it on the bus or,
Yeah.
at the bus stop. But yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's where you want to put your money. And,
Right.
And I like to put it on my hair. And so, we all have
That's right.
priorities or things that we do. I went for pedicures with the girls at Christmas time, and
Yeah.
That costs money too.
And, you know, I didn't end up getting what I asked Santa for Christmas.
Oh, no? What did you
No.
ask Santa for that you didn't get?
Just a little piece of jewelry.
Oh.
But, you know, it wasn't there. So
Maybe
I thought-
Santa's making it for your birthday.
maybe. I have to send a few more email hints, I think. I think
Sometimes,
Santa's looking for a second job.
you know, so that reminds me, like a lot of the customers that come in the store are shopping for themselves.
Yeah.
Right? They've delegated the Santa job to themselves, which, you know, you might as well. I mean, that way you get exactly what you want.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Santa didn't bring it. He just gave you the power to go out and get it for yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I went and, you know, splurged on a little cashmere.
Right.
And I am not looking back.
It's beautiful, Barb, and
Thank
it
you.
feels amazing.
Yeah.
And so when you put that on your shoulders, it's going to
I'm gonna
feel
love it.
amazing.
Yeah.
So that's so soft that you could wear it in the summertime
I
over
think
like a
so.
sleeveless top or a spaghetti strap top. So good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And I think that's it, Cynthia, for works in progress.
You told me that you had some planned pooling you were going to show.
Oh, I do. Okay, so Stephanie Pearl McPhee was at our shop.
Yes.
And I took a workshop from her on how to knit variegated yarns in ways that you could predict what was going to happen. And so I took a skein of Adam and Eve in Starry Night.
Right. This is a
This
truly variegated yarn.
It is, yeah. And I figured out the magic number that Steph
Oh,
talks
look
about.
at this.
And here's my cowl. It's coming along.
That's so cool. Oh,
So-
look at that. This is really pretty, Barb, because you can
Thanks.
see all the colors
That are in
lined
there.
up. You can really see them. They're not,
Right.
in the ball, it's kind of blended together, but
Right.
here you've got them all pooled.
And I
in the
did a
same spot.
provisional cast on as well,
Right.
down on the bottom. And, it varies, it zigs and zags
Yes.
a little bit. But now I've got markers in too, so I can actually kind of see where my colors should change.
Right.
And so I can kind of manipulate it if I need to a little bit.
Right. But that's the beauty of working with
Isn't it?
with Adam and Eve and Eden and any of the other yarns that are dyed for us by Handmaiden, is that they are truly variegated. They're within the skein itself. It isn't a specific range of yarn that's going to have that color on it. It's going to move a little
Be
bit.
repeatable. I
Yeah.
think the only difference to that is we do have some kind of semi-solid shades now. Like some of the grays and that.
Right.
And I think those might be dyed more in a pan, like
Right.
they may not be.
But this,
repeatable.
I love this planned pooling with this yarn because it's not a straight line. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? So
Yeah.
you get that blending, but you see
Yeah.
all the colors.
And that was the other thing Stephanie said. She said, use a pattern like a textured stitch. This is a double moss stitch. And that too helps,
Create a surface texture.
and helps you if you need to pull a little bit more yarn out or knit a little tighter for a few stitches.
Right.
You can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
She recommends, I think, chevrons as well for doing that.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's it. That's all.
That's really nice.
I just love this yarn though. It's so soft.
Yes. This is Adam and Eve. So little cashmere in that one as well.
Yeah, but not a lot. I think 9 or 10%.
That's the same thing with Eden. It's just got a little bit of cashmere in it, and you put it on, and it just feels amazing.
Yeah.
Totally amazing. Okay. Well, I see some needles here in front of us.
Yes. Yeah. You got to show those because
Tell-
these are new.
Tell us about
We
these.
got these. We were hoping that they'd come for Christmas, but they didn't arrive. I don't know
Okay.
why, but
These are the Likas.
they've just come in now. And so this is a bamboo needle that's got a green kind of tint to it, and they're so pretty. This is the short set.
So what I like about these cases that
Cases.
they come in
Yeah.
is that they're great for displaying in the store, but imagine that sitting on your table side as
That
well,
look
right?
nice.
So you just have all your needles here. So they're made with bamboo.
Yeah, and this small set, this short set, comes with sizes 3.25 through 6.5. So, and really nice short cords too, so that you can do lots of small projects, hats, sleeves, cowls, because your cords are shorter. This is the long set, and I believe there's more tips in here as well.
I think there's 12 pairs in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 8 in the short set.
7.
7, okay.
Yeah. 2,
So,
4, 6, 8, 9. Sorry, Cynthia. 9.
okay. So the short set would allow you to do something like on a small circumference.
Yep.
And the big set allows you to do them on a larger circumference. Although I have a set of these in the birch. And I just did magic loop or 2 circulars to do smaller things as well. Yeah. So it comes with all your cords.
All the cords are
stoppers.
here. Yep, stoppers.
Extenders, tighteners, everything. Yeah.
And I love the linen case too. There's something really clean about linen.
Yeah. And there's nice pockets for everything.
Yeah.
You've got a zipper pocket, and then just the ability, I won't open this one up because the Velcro's really loud on the mic, but just the ability to move that Velcro into place and have all your needles on display for you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working on something like sweaters, right?
I can't tell you too how many times I've been so relieved to have a set of needles with every needle in it, because it never fails.
Yes.
You go to start a new project, as you well know.
As I well know.
And you don't have the right size needle. So it's nice. I try and go through my whips as well every 6 months and pull the needles out and rip the ones back that I'm not going to do.
Right.
Just so that I can replenish my set, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are lovely, and those are going up on our online store.
Right away.
Well, certainly by the time this podcast airs, they'll be up there.
Right away.
Yeah. The other thing we got in new are these.
These are adorable,
Are these
Barb.
cute?
Everybody, so Suzanne, one of our employees, was in yesterday, and she took home a bag. I think she got one of each color.
Suzanne Hitchcock?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because she's doing birds.
Right. She's doing the birds, and these are perfect for Arnie and Carlos's
Yeah, here, I'll
book.
hold up the book.
Yes. I think, Cynthia, that there's 35 colors in here, and these are 10 grams and 40 meters on here. So I think we should put together packs of all 35 colors.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun.
Because then you'd have enough you could play with.
Right.
And, I also think you could add in, if you needed a whole bunch of black or cream or white or one of the neutrals, we also got the Yawal socks back in
yes.
the long tubes.
Yeah.
And so we're going to team those up with them too.
Okay.
Where you need a main solid color.
Right.
Because this is just sock yarn. It's fingering weight sock yarn, 75-25. So it's compatible with a lot of other yarns that are out there. You probably have lots in your stash.
Also nice for this project.
Yes.
Yeah. The Christmas balls, because it would be fun to do a Christmas ball like where each one is a different color. White background, but purple and green and orange and all the colors.
All the colors. And then I have a few more. Like
you were thinking amigurumi.
Yes. So that is really hot. We have a lot of people that are knitting and crocheting the little characters, stuffed animals. And this is a book.
Mochi.
Yeah, teeny tiny.
I love that. Look at that mermaid. Isn't she adorable on the cover? Yeah.
And I think, it's hard to find yarn sometimes for these in a real wide color range.
Yes.
And the fact that this is fingering weight gets you down to teeny easier, right?
Yeah.
So this is another idea. And then I brought out these 2 books too, because this one is one of my favorite Susan B. Anderson books.
Oh, yes.
That's Kindred Knits. And this has little sweaters, and then the same sweater done in a bigger size for a person. So the little one can be a decoration in
Yeah.
the nursery, or maybe fit a little doll or something, and then the bigger one can be the actual project.
Right. Yeah, and then you can always embellish with the little mini skeins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this hat is another one
Aw.
by Susan. This is Itty Bitty Hats, and same sort of thing. There's lots of little hat patterns in here that have got multi-stripes, little flowers that use like just, half a
Right.
ball of yarn, little tendrils, all
Yes.
sorts of ideas that you can use small amounts of yarn for.
And Susan B. Anderson has a lot of little patterns. Yeah, she's got little sweaters too if you want to knit them for
Yeah.
ornaments and stuff.
Yeah.
Ah,
So there you go. There's some
and
ideas.
Anna Harachevich is the Mochi Mochi author, and she's lovely.
We met her.
We met her in Chicago at Vogue
Right.
Knitting Live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she does stop action videos with her little
Yes.
characters
yes.
also. Yeah, lovely
Sabrina
people.
did one of those. too.
Yeah. With the little hedgehogs that she was knitting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's lots and lots of fun.
Oh, this is great. Okay, so we have one more big announcement to make.
Yes.
Because now it's time, Barb. She's been saying to me, can we talk about Flash Mob? Can we talk about Flash
I thought
Mob?
you were going to talk about Knit for Fun.
Oh, well, do you want to talk about Knit for Fun first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, Cynthia and I have been, busting out to tell you about Knit for Fun because
Yay.
Ann Budd's coming back
Yes.
to our hometown, to Edmonton, Alberta.
Yes.
And she's bringing 3 superstars with her. So mark the dates.
Yeah.
It's going to be August, I think, 24th to 26th.
It's or 22nd to
thereabouts.
24th. It's towards the end of August.
Yeah, last week of August.
Registration starts on Anne's website on January 11th.
Right.
And so you have to register on Anne's website. But if you
She's-
type in Knit for Fun, you'll come up with that. We'll put a link in too.
Yeah. She handles everything, you guys. She handles all the registration and the attendance and the greeting and the scheduling and
The hotel rooms and the
everything.
Yeah.
So if you can come, plan it. If you're from south of the border or you're from Alaska, plan on spending an extra 2 weeks here in Alberta just to take in all the beautiful things that we have
Yeah.
to show you. It's a beautiful province. And if you're local, plan on coming. This is such a great deal. You don't have to buy any airline tickets. You don't have to buy a hotel ticket. You don't have to
dust
travel
off your passport.
anywhere.
Yeah.
They are coming to us.
So who are they?
Well,
Because Anne will be here as the knit doctor.
yes.
She'll do her sessions. Yeah.
Well, a couple of them, Cynthia, are ones that are close to our hearts. People that
All
we
3
really,
of them.
really
Yeah.
know and love.
Yes.
I don't know Olga as much. I haven't met her.
Right. So one of the headliners is Olga Jazzy. She's an American designer. She has beautiful garments.
Beautiful
And
garments.
accessories online. So check her out, Olga Jazzy.
I think we'll see a few of her projects in our must make.
Right. So we
Instagram.
haven't actually taken a class with her or met her in person.
Right.
Yeah. But I've had a look at her designs on Ravelry, and I've already started to cue some of them.
Yeah.
They're really, really nice. Yeah.
And the second one that we have,
Let's start with our Canadian contingent.
okay,
So we have Shirley
Cheryl the Pearl.
Cheryl the Pearl. What's Shirley's last name?
Scott.
Okay, yay. So she and her partner Christine Legros, that's book writing partner, wrote Saltwater Mittens,
Right.
which was a huge, phenomenal sellout in our
And
shop.
So Canadian. I mean,
Yes.
I think that Shirley's a historian too. I remember her when I first opened the shop. She had, a bunch of patterns out there, and there were a lot of Canadiana type of patterns.
yes.
She wrote a whole book about knitting and knitting Canadian. And her and Christine are actually capturing all of these mitten patterns from Newfoundland
Yeah.
so that they don't get lost. They're putting them into their book. They've got trigger mittens.
Yeah, trigger mittens. So you have an extra finger and a thumb in your mitten. They also do glove patterns, mitten patterns,
Plain patterns.
fingerless mitten patterns, thumbless mitten patterns for teeny tiny babies.
Mm-hmm.
They're adorable, and we that's another one of my whips. I've got a pair of saltwater mittens on the go, and then they came up with another book called Saltwater Classics. So now we've got hats and I think there might be yeah. I don't think there's a sweater in there, but it certainly expands the mitten patterning onto other things. Yeah.
I haven't looked at that book as much.
I know. Time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so Shirley Scott's coming. I'm so excited about that. I'm hoping that she'll teach, a saltwater mitten class.
Yeah, or talk about it. I think I somehow have a feeling that maybe Anne's got her slated to do a presentation.
Right.
But that would be so cool to talk to her.
Can you imagine the stories she's got?
Yeah, great. A lifetime of knitting and researching for sure. Yeah. And then we also have, drum roll. Yeah. Sandy Peters.
Yes.
She is so you might know Zandy from her probably most famous pattern called Fox Paws, which Stephanie I think brought to fame because she was knitting it.
Yes.
And Fox Paws is stacked stitches, which is a class that we went and took with her in Chicago as well. Yeah.
And I have to tell you, Cynthia, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was on vacation. I took my Fox Paws project with me.
Yes.
And I literally threw it at the wall in that condo like a dozen times, if not more, because I just could not get it. It was so frustrating.
Right.
And then I never touched it again until you and I took that class from Zandy.
Yeah, she had some very good strategies. As we've taken a lot of classes for bringing people from plain garter stitch. She had us warm up with garter stitch, but bringing us through some striping and some changing colors and picking up stitches. And then before you know it, we were doing stacked stitches. Yeah.
And she demystified, the stacking process. So,
so very good instructor. Wonderful person.
So excited.
Huge designer. In fact, when I met up with my friend Catherine again, and she showed me a cowl pattern that Zandy had released at Christmas time.
Right.
It's kind of like a mesh stitch. And I thought, that would be a really fun kind of warm up and something that we could wear. I think it's so nice when people come to Edmonton. If you can, show that you've knit one or more of their designs.
Yeah.
So I probably won't do a Fox Paws before Zandy gets here, but I could certainly do a mesh cowl. Yeah.
Maybe you could do You did Fox Paws in a cup cozy.
Well, I did.
We could do the cup cozy version.
We could.
Yeah.
So I'm looking through my Ravelry feed to see what other things I want to make that are. That will go along with my Zandy Peters design and my Shirley Scott design. I'll have to pick something from Olga and at least get it cast on.
Yeah. And the last thing I just want to say about that is that Ann Budd's Knit for Fun retreats are truly so much fun. I think she's got to be she's got the best retreat out there.
She certainly, her priority is to look after you. Yeah, and make sure that you're well taken care of. And then she and Cindy are always looking for things to do around the conference time as well. So
and Cindy is like a princess. I tell you, she takes care of us so well at the retreat. And Anne, all of her years at Interweave.
Yeah, I think you mean Cindy's like a fairy godmother. She's not a princess in that, her standards are certainly royal, but she comes around with her magic wand and makes sure that you're looked after.
Fairy godmother, that's the word. Yeah, so if you get a chance and you want to treat yourself and do something special in 2020.
In Edmonton.
Come and to the Knit for Fun retreat.
Because we're going to have a little bit of a marketplace there as well.
Yes, that's our angle. We're in charge of the marketplace, and we're going to bring you to the store. We've got shuttles going back and forth. And we are lining up some great local makers to be vendors at our marketplace. So, come in and enjoy Edmonton for a little while this summer.
For a week, yeah. It's the height of our festival season, so I think you can still catch some of the fringe going on. There's Wicked will be at the Jubilee Auditorium, so you can see a Broadway musical if you want to. So yeah, it's a happening time in Edmonton, and the kids are still on vacation.
And
so.
the weather's great. There's just dozens and dozens of reasons why you should come and see me and Cynthia.
Yeah. And the wheat fields and the mountains
Yeah.
and all that good stuff that you get here.
Anyways, there's one more announcement that we have
Yes.
to make, and we saved the very best for last, you guys.
We sure did. So this is Flash Mob
Right.
for 2020.
We've been kind of putting out teasers about it, and but now today we can share all the details.
Yes,
Right?
yes. So the theme for 2020 is called
Pages. So
Yes.
this theme is all about books.
Yes.
So we've chosen books that are real classics. We wanted them to be, over 100 years old, so that they'd be sort of in the public domain.
Well, at least over 70 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the
That's the public
that's
domain
the pub-
limit. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
on a book.
Yeah.
I think some of these are probably even older than that.
Yes.
And the idea was that we would go out to artists that are mostly Canadian and ask them to dye yarn inspired by these books.
Right. So let me read this little blurb that we prepared
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. We're celebrating the art of storytelling and crafting fiber that speaks 1,000 words. We've chosen words or visuals from 12 classic books that we intend to pair with a select group of special dyers. And so we're really excited about this because we love to read. And I just think the whole idea of reading and crafting fit so nicely together.
Yes, and audiobooks and
Yeah.
knitting.
Yes. And so the first big project that we're embarking on for January of 2020 is the book by Herman Melville, Moby Dick. And I have never read this book. I'm not sure why, but I'm enjoying it so much. I've downloaded a podcast by a gentleman named Doug Brown. I'll put a link in it. And he's reading each of the chapters, and his voice and the way that he's reading it has just captured my attention completely. And so I haven't been knitting while I've been listening to it. I've been driving in my car. I've been washing the dishes. I've been moving from place to place because the chapters are quite short. And I'm just enjoying the whole. So it's that idea of reading a book that tells a story that captures your imagination. And so each chapter is, it's like a little scene. It's great. It's like reading a play. Herman Melville's a pretty crafty writer. And
So
we've paired it up with?
We've paired it up with some pretty crafty yarn. We turned to a dye artist, a young dye artist that we met last year. We had her come to the store and do a pop-up shop.
Yep. And you'd met her at Knit City the year before that. Yeah.
Her name is Sarah Elizabeth, and she has a new, she opened up a new store in Roslyn, BC.
Right.
And she dyed a colorway for us that she calls Restless Seas. So this colorway is all about the ocean.
Right. I was looking for that piece of paper that you printed off.
Did I put it in here? I think I have it with the yarn. We'll find it.
Yes.
Here we go.
There.
So this is the yarn. You have a skein too, right?
I do. Yep.
Unfurled.
Yep. Do you want me to read this? Well, you read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she made for us fingering weight yarn. And this yarn is her Eco Wash Merino yarn.
Because these ones have the buttons on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not only do you get a beautiful skein of this yarn, you get a souvenir button from Brick Bubble. And Brick Bubble makes laser engraved buttons by hand. She's done one for us with a whale on the front. And they're super cute. We think that you should knit a hat or a pair of mitts and put your button on it.
So I wound one up into a ball, so
Okay.
you could sort of see the colors merged together, and I think it looks to me like like the little whirlpool that's left after the whale goes back down under the water, right? Because you can sort of see the foam on the waves.
Right.
And we were looking at a few of these skeins earlier and saying how each one is
totally different, you guys.
completely different.
We unfurled a few, and some of them are quite dark. They've got a lot of really black navy in them. Some are much lighter. They're sort of even variegated, I'd say. And we think that they'd be beautiful if you were to knit them holding two skeins together. We were thinking about the minimalist hat,
Yes.
right?
Double-stranded.
Double-stranded.
Yeah. But then Sarah suggested a pattern which we thought was
Right.
really clever too. And
Yes.
I've got it here. It's called Grotine, Grotine. It's by a local designer named Carolyn Dick, and it's available on Ravelry. And it's a beautiful little sort of triangular shawl done in linen stitch. And we thought the linen stitch would be particularly nice with this yarn because you've got so much color variation. The linen stitch makes it look like it's woven.
Right.
And sort of breaks up the colors into more of a geometric kind of pattern, which would look stunning in this yarn.
Yeah.
Takes one skein. And Carolyn's pattern provides I cut it off on my picture here, but 100% of the proceeds of the sale of her pattern go to an Indigenous group. So I'm just going to pull it up here, which I also think is just a really lovely way.
Carolyn's, I think, collected over $4,500
That's what she said
in
on
her pattern sales.
Yeah.
And so it's just a really feel-good pattern
Right?
to buy.
Yes.
Yeah. We think that you should all buy it, whether you knit this or not.
Here, I got it right here.
Okay.
So she says, so it's available in both English and French. And she says more than 60% of Indigenous children in Canada live below the poverty line. So 100% of the proceeds from the sale of Grotine, when purchased directly from her, will go to True North Aid. The True North Aid is a Canadian charity committed to serving northern Indigenous communities in Canada with practical humanitarian support. $4,500 raised so far. And I think that just fits really nicely because, again, whales are ocean creatures, and the northern part of Canada is as oceanic as we sort of say we're from coast to coast to coast because we have ocean on 3 coastlines. And so I think that just fits really perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do with my skein when I buy it.
Just a little bit of info about the yarn itself. This yarn was spun in Canada. It's made from 100% non-chlorinated, anti-shrink, IMO GOTS certified organic merino wool tops. So it's
Feels
about
amazing.
as
Eco-friendly
as you can get. Sarah told us a little bit about this too. She said for her, Eco Wash retains more of the wool feel, and it takes the dye more like untreated wool than like mainstream superwash yarns. So we totally agree. I mean, you can see this when you look at it up close, how the dye saturates the strand in different intensities. It's just beautiful. And the way that she skeins these up too, she skeins these up really tight.
It's a tight, compact little package.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you unfurl it, the yarn is so soft and squishy.
It's very springy.
She also says that it holds its structure and it pills minimally in comparison to some superwash bases. So that's really nice too. You know, sometimes a soft yarn can be a pilly yarn too,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
She uses high-quality professional modern dyes as they provide the color range, the light and wash fastness that she's looking for. She doesn't use any levelers or chemicals in her dye process, and she fully exhausts the majority of her baths so that she doesn't pour any dye down the drain. So it's really nice to work with someone who's so concerned about the environment.
Yeah.
And we're really looking forward to putting this on our needles
I know.
and getting it knit up.
Wound up, ready to go. So this will be available on January the 20th. And we would encourage you to read the book or listen to the book while you're working
While
with
you're
it.
knitting.
Because that'll just totally put you in the mood and the scene for Moby Dick.
Yeah,
And then the colors are just beautiful.
that's
The
right.
yarn is so gorgeously soft. I had it wrapped around my arm for about half an hour this morning
Yeah.
while we were talking about it.
It's really pretty. 379 meters, 415 yards, 115 grams. So nice size skein.
Yes. And I'm going to sew my button on my Grotine shawl and then just crochet a little loop to put on it and then, built-in shawl pin right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Restless Seas, our new
Beautiful.
flash mob.
Yeah. I'm so glad you found her.
Yeah.
She's just a beautiful dyer and a beautiful person.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. All right.
All right.
Okay, so we will see you again in a month for episode 37. And in the meantime, happy knitting.
Yeah.
Join our
Instagram hashtag.
yes, about the must makes for 2020. Check out the links in the show notes, which are just below.
And subscribe to our podcast if you don't already. And then wait to get to the end of the podcast because we give away prizes and we show it right at the very end. So make sure you check that out. We'd
Great.
love to send you a prize.
So speaking of which, Barb, right at the end here, I had said that we had said last time that we were going to give a prize to some new subscribers.
Right.
And so I've done that. I pulled those names and I thought I would just announce them here.
Oh, great.
Let me just find my notes. Here we go. So I pulled 3 names from our new subscribers. So Laura Hickman, Claudia Figueredo. Oh, I probably just butchered that. And then I don't have the real name, but the YouTube name is Cranberry Horn.
Ooh.
Congratulations, you're all winners for being new subscribers. So what you'll do is contact Barb
Yep.
at rivercityyarns.com, and she'll hook you up with a prize. Thank you so much for subscribing and following us. Looking forward to seeing you again. All right.
Bye
Happy
now.
January.